The Man Up Show is sponsored by Delgado Productions on AM 870, The Answer.
Welcome. You've tuned in to Man Up, heard each and every Saturday evening at 8, where hosts Antonio Delgado, Carl Kozlowski, and Ron Pearson, along with their guests, take a stand for modern manhood. Stand up and man up, America. And now, your hosts, Antonio, Carl, and Ron.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to another edition of Man Up, coming to you from the luxurious studios of KRLA, AM 870, The Answer, in Los Angeles, California. And as always, I'm one of your hosts, Carl Kozlowski, or I should say, Carl the Girth Kozlowski.
Girth!
And with me, as always, are...
No lies on that, Carl.
Yeah.
Boy, that's true.
And with me is...
Ron, the mirthful married man, Pearson.
And as guest host this week for Antonio Delgado is...
The corporate guy, RJ.
Couldn't be more corporate than RJ.
Right?
Let's see this guy.
At least I took my tie off, guys.
He's
Actually,
Mitt
I've never
Romney's
seen you
twin
with a
brother.
tie, but it's always buttoned up and it's always pinstripe, brother.
Gotta look the look. You gotta play the role.
Wow.
Glad to be here, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
Glad you're here.
So this week, we're going to start off with what we like to call the check-in. It's Father's Day this weekend, and both you guys are
Right?
Daddy!
Right?
both you guys are dads, and not that I know of. What? No kidding. I don't have any kids. So what are you guys doing for Father's Day? Do you have any
Well,
idea what your
first
kids
I
are
want to
doing?
throw a shout out to our missing man, Antonio Delgado.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Whose girlfriend apparently calls him daddy, even though he is a daddy.
I know, it's weird. It's like he has a 1.5-year-old boy, and he dates
Adorable, by the way.
dates women that are just maybe 1.5 days past 18. I don't know.
Was that a chick magnet?
A what?
Oops, excuse me.
Oh, the baby? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, guys they go out to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
park
yeah.
with their little puppy dogs.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right?
look, the day you get the ring on your finger, all of a sudden, every girl goes, "Oh, well, he's been attracted by someone," and
Right. All of a sudden.
then you become the shiny object to the fish, which is really weird. It's not right. It's not right, but
Hate
it
that
happens.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
So what are you guys doing for Father's Day? Do you know yet, or is your kids going to surprise you?
So we went to church earlier tonight before the show.
Good thing.
So I got that out of the way
Right.
because normally tomorrow morning would be church, and then we're going to do Ronald Reagan Library tomorrow. They have the Da Vinci exhibit, and
Beautiful
I'm really
place.
excited. My kids came up with the idea. My daughter is named Reagan. Wow, wonder why?
That's
Fan,
cool.
huge fan.
She's not named after the demon child from The Exorcist?
Heck no.
Oh, okay.
That's beautiful grounds up there, the Reagan Library.
Yeah,
if
that
you've never
is.
been, it's
That is,
absolutely
to be
gorgeous,
honest,
yeah.
at his funeral,
cool.
we were interviewed by the press, because they go, "What is your name, little girl?" And she goes, "Reagan," and named after Ronald Reagan. And
Wow.
it's L.A., so there are tremendous number of huge fans of Ronald Reagan, but there's a tremendous number of people who, you got to keep your mouth shut. One day I was at my preschool with my daughter, and this girl comes up to me and goes, "What's your daughter's name?" I said, "Reagan." She goes, "Why'd you name her that?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. Oh, boy. I've been through this before." And I go, "Well," she goes, "Did you name her after the president?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, I really did. I like him, and I'm, appreciate him." And she goes, "Wow. I was his personal assistant for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
I am so impressed. I can't believe it.
Nice.
They're good friends of ours now. She's amazing. Her whole family's amazing. And
Wow.
Honestly, it was pretty cool to meet somebody like that.
Yeah, that's great. How about
Still
you?
background.
What are you doing, RJ?
I think we're going to do a little brunch action. Hopefully get a couple little treats from my kids and whatnot. But, hey, I want to give a shout-out to all the dads out there in Dadland. Congratulations. It's a great honor to have children here, and what a great blessing it is to have these little guys, these little munchkins running around that actually look up to you as a role model in that. So I just want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads
Enough
out
about
there.
the look up
Right?
to you. I don't think they look up to me. However, I am taller, so maybe
try.
they do.
Right.
But I will be. I didn't finish. We're going to. My daughter works at a restaurant here in Glendale.
Ooh.
and one of the best Italian restaurants on the planet, and she's the hostess there. So we're going to have dinner there late, and then she'll join us at the end of her shift, and we'll all sit and have dinner. Isn't that
Fantastic.
awesome?
That's nice.
Isn't that awesome?
Good for you.
I love
Gotta
it.
love that.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do we want to move into the news, or were you talking about our dad's?
No. We have to still check in, and Carl, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about Carl the Girth Kozlowski.
When are you going to be
Carl,
a dad?
you've already lost, first of all, in 6 weeks?
Yeah.
You've lost how many pounds?
18 pounds.
Come on,
Right
man.
on.
Woo! 18 big libs.
You're going to
The
pull those
libs.
pants
The
up. They're
libs.
getting
The
too loose on
libs.
you.
Yeah.
You've lost 18 libs.
yeah.
I would love to lose 18 libs.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You'd
And
be-
not even
Good for
pounds.
you, man.
I'm talking about actual libs.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. No, well, so last week, the week before I lost 6.8 pounds. Last week I lost 0.4. And I'm like, well, how's that happen?
Wait. So you just weighed in and you lost how much?
No, I lost 0.4. Yeah, this
Uh-oh.
week. Yeah.
It's better than adding 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Carl.
Yeah.
0.4.
Did
Yeah.
you fall off the
I'm the
wagon
only
a
one
little bit or
clapping in
something?
the room.
No, that's what
Everyone
I
else
was
is
saying.
staring
I
at you.
really had it.
RJ came a long
But
way.
I will
up and
say
down
this.
here.
Here's a handy weight loss tip, because Ron was saying, well, just go ahead and admit it, that it happens sometimes, because it's something relatable that people will experience highs and lows and whatever, and they're trying to lose weight.
Right. So
But
you lost how many in one? Your biggest week was
6.8 the
That's
week before.
huge.
But here's
Now
what she said.
0.4.
You know, average them out over 2 weeks when you have a big discrepancy, and you still see a good trend. And then also, she said, well, maybe you did something different the week before. Like, you know, hate to be gross, but maybe you pooped a lot or something. And I was like, I went for pizza, like half a pizza the night before the weigh-in the week before.
Hello.
And it was, yeah, but that's the one I lost all the weight.
Oh.
Well, it was kind of super greasy pizza. And about 3 a.m, and I get weighed at about 10. I downloaded probably a good 6.8 pounds.
well.
Right there.
Hello, internet. Enjoy that download.
So if anybody here has to do a weigh-in for any kind, if you're a boxer
I've
or
had
whatever,
children that weighed less than that.
yeah. So just
By the
know-
way, it had your
Eat
eyes.
King of New
Carl.
York
It
pizza.
Had your eyes.
King of-
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drank a lot of water. That's right.
Yeah.
Here's what I have to
OD
say.
on water.
The lady from, and you're at Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
The lady at Weight Watchers said maybe you're doing something different. Is that right?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
there's something
Well,
different. I walked in today and you had a giant bag of Fritos, or just stuffing you.
with a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah, but no
okay.
foot long either. Though.
Oh, there
I
you
noticed
go.
that.
I had a sandwich, but not foot long. Yeah. So, anyways, we need to really
RJ,
move-
how's your week been, brother?
Oh, busy. I'm truly blessed to be here.
Right.
Right on.
Wow. That was the corporate man giving you the corporate answer.
Right? Got to keep it clean now.
Can't talk about his real
RJ,
life.
way to go, buddy.
Yeah, way to reveal.
Doesn't matter about truth. We're just going to toe the corporate line.
Yeah.
Straight ahead, moving forward.
All right. Hey, I had a great week, everyone. Honestly, I'm very thankful, and I'm excited about tomorrow with my kids and my wife for Father's Day. So, Carl, take it away.
All right, so folks, we need to bring you now the week's news, as curated by our news director Angela Mancini. Okay, so our lead story
And now, the lead story.
is the robot takeover of America. Big corporations want robots to take our jobs. I don't even use self-scanners at the grocery store. I'm so against this. So I wonder a few things, guys. Could AI lead to real-life Terminators happening? Why doesn't Congress or presidents or the UN say no to
Why
this?
doesn't he?
And what I really want to know, will robots have sex?
Wouldn't that be fascinating?
You
It was
know,
a
or will
flat
I
out
even-
no, Carl.
No, what if I get rejected
What
by,
if it was a flat out no?
What if I get rejected by a sex robot? Like they're programmed to like have taste, you know? I mean, but
Get
these
a
are all
certain weight
vital
limit.
Carl,
weight limit.
you know
yes.
what? Even if your nickname is the Girth, Carl the Girth Kozlowski, look, you've become a good friend of mine. You have so many amazing qualities, Carl. Honestly,
Here's the
that
setup.
there is a robot out there. I don't know all of them, but there's one somewhere that will find you find you reasonably attractive and go, I like Carl. I like the girth.
Okay.
Maybe there's marriage for you out there somewhere. Huh? Really?
Oh my gosh.
Cause,
Honestly, would
What
that
is
be
it?
awesome, Carl?
But isn't that some men's?
And you could be dad.
Isn't that some men's dreams? Just have your wife be a robot and leave you alone. So there you go. So hey, but really,
That cost extra.
yeah, exactly. No, but what this all comes from, as far as specifically, is that there was a story in the past week about how robot workers are coming to the Vegas Strip. And I thought the article was saying that they're taking over Vegas strip clubs. And I'm like, no, that's horrible. No, but it really is just
Could you
taking away.
imagine? Put your dollars on the rails, guys.
Right? They'll come around with serving you drinks, the little robot.
No, I mean, working the pole. Can you imagine a robot? Like, there's no women anymore? I mean, anyway. But they're showing how they're saying that there's a lot of speculation that MGM Resorts wants to bring thousands of or hundreds at least of automated beverage dispensers.
Why don't you just say
Sure.
millions? Let's just go the whole
Millions.
You know how
Sure.
much money that'll save them?
Oh yeah, but I mean,
Minimum
what
wage?
happens to the human beings doing all this? You know?
That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll put them out of business.
Honestly, is that a fear of yours, RJ?
Yeah, I think
In real life, seriously.
Yeah, I mean,
Automation.
it's kind of it's like you watch these movies years ago. It's like the future, but you look at this stuff, and it's going to take jobs away from people. People are going to be out of work, and that they're going to be lacking funds for their family.
Yeah.
And unemployment's going to trigger that up, and you don't get the personal experience that you used to get there. Some people may like that, some people may not.
But I'm going to say this,
Right.
RJ. You have an iPhone, and
Right.
you know what? There's thousands, maybe tens of thousands of door-to-door encyclopedia salesmen that lost their jobs when you could
good
just
point
Google
there.
anything, RJ.
Well, we can live with that, but I mean,
is
come on,
your
when you
life
go
better?
somewhere,
Is their life better?
Probably not. Probably not.
No? So we
No.
should go back to the
So,
encyclopedia
I'm
salesman?
just saying for the experience you have up in Vegas, I think I think it's still the personal experience you get up there when people are serving you drinks. The woohoo of the crowd, the
I
people out
agree
there
about the
gambling, all
bar.
that. But
I agree about the bar, my friend.
Right. So-
because why do we go to the bar? And look, I'm a believer. I'm a Christian guy. I'm a conservative guy. Really not in a bar that much. But
Yeah.
if I'm at a bar, I'm there to have a
Yeah,
connection.
exactly, and
Because
talk
for
with
some
people.
reason, I have no connection with anyone else on the planet. Right?
Be kind of
So
fun
I'm
though.
not going to have a connection with a robot.
Yeah, you can kind of mess with those robots, so you could do that too, right? Kind of play little pranks on them, huh?
Right?
Mess with them a little bit, see if they spin around a little bit. R2D2 action.
Well, so I mean, but do you think that there's any risk of, like they're saying, like AI? Like, there's all these commercials for like Microsoft with this rapper actor named Common, and he's like, AI, it's going to make everything great, and it points out all the great things. But seriously, anybody who's watched a Terminator movie knows that Skynet it could be possibly a reality someday.
Well, let's break down what the word is. Artificial intelligence. Artificial, meaning fake. Intelligence, meaning news. Fake news, my friends.
I love it.
Fake news.
Oh, so you really don't think that
creative.
they're a risk at all?
Huh?
AI, you don't think is a risk?
I tell you what, AI is it's an advantage for some companies to figure out where they want to go with their company, but in reality, I really actually personally resent the fact that some piece of software is going to tell me what I'm going to choose in 8 years because they don't know what I'm going to choose.
Right.
I happen to know as a fact that my life has been redeemed. It was lost and redeemed again. And I know that you couldn't have predicted
Right.
those moves and where my choices would be in any given year.
Are you talking about
can't-
coupons or? Oh,
Buy one, get one?
Say, Carl,
Jesus saves by using double coupons and shop wisely.
saving lives.
Hurry, look busy. Jesus is coming. All those great sayings.
Well, what do you think about AI, Carl?
I'm scared of all this stuff, but I mean, the thing is,
Carl's scared of everything.
I really am.
Honestly.
He's a
It took me
conservative guy.
We were in the restroom earlier. You looked in the mirror and you screamed.
Thank you.
I did too, but
So that's what that noise was.
No, but 2000. It took me till 2006 to get a cell phone. Can you believe that? I was several years behind the curve, man. But no.